Yo, what's happening, people? It's your boy Griggs, and welcome back to Griggs Talks, where we talk all things sports. And welcome back to another video. Welcome back to kind of a match reaction slash match preview slash just regular old catch up. As Manchester United obviously yesterday drew 3-3 to Porto. We're gonna talk about the game, and we're also gonna talk about the news this morning, manager talk, of course. We can even mention, based on the comment by shout out Uthman, La Pioche is back. Pogba is back. Well, not back yet, but he can start training in January and then come back in March. So yeah, a lot of footballing news. So yeah, let's get into it. Obviously, the agenda on hand: Manchester United 3, Porto 3 at the Dragao. I didn't watch the game live because I was at work, but I was able to catch the highlights first during my break, and then obviously watch the full game after to kind of get a grasp of what happened. Because 3-3 sounds like an exciting game and stuff like that, but doesn't tell the whole story. So yeah, shout out JJ as well, big up my boy. And yeah, Manchester United, in typical European fashion, actually under Eric Ten Hag, took a 2-0 lead in an away match. For the last three games in a European match, United have taken a 2-0 lead. Obviously, Copenhagen last year, Galatasaray last year, and then now Porto 2-0 lead. Marcus Rashford scored the first goal. Questionable keeping by Diogo Costa, of course. I'm not gonna lie. That first half, it seemed like Diogo Costa was singing "Glory, Glory, Man United." For both goals, you could argue that a keeper of his quality should probably save that, but he didn't. So, but it was good for Marcus Rashford. The skill and the lead up to the goal was better in terms of how he drove as fullback. The shot wasn't the best, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. He put the attempt on goal, and that's why I always say, bro, shooters got to shoot, because if you shoot, you never know what can happen. And for Marcus Rashford, it led to a goal. And the second goal as well, he got the assist for Højlund. Nice little shot by Højlund. Good goal as well. And yeah, we were just up 2-0. Just like that, very quickly. Also, good pass by Eriksen as well. So it was a good start for Manchester United. But in typical United hype, in typical United fashion as well, they take a 2-0 lead in Europe and then they blow it. Because just like that, Porto got back into the game. I don't like the defense is continuously an issue. That center back pairing is continuously an issue for Manchester United. And yesterday, what I noticed was we let a lot of crosses from Porto in, and that's an issue considering their striker is like 6'4". Shout out Samu Omar Radayan. I'm not gonna call him Marion anymore because he's earned my respect because the guy's absolutely cooking. What were the Chelsea scouts cooking? Shout out to the bridge right here, bro. Bro, the Chelsea scouts might have been cooking something. Duran, Samu. Bro, it's cooked. And yeah, we were letting crosses into a 6'4" striker when one of our center backs that we employ is the same height as Rey Mysterio. And the other center back, Matheus Delik, who I'm going to go into as well, looks scared of the ball. And just like that, Porto got back into the game. The first goal, Mazraoui kind of headed it back to kind of try to head it into his own goal. Onana made a nice save. And then I think Pepe scored, and then Samu scored. And it just felt open. The whole game felt open. Again, Eric Ten Hag's game plan. The midfield that we had, Bruno, Eriksen, Casemiro, he went back to his 2022 midfield. I don't know about trusting that midfield with your job on the line in 2024, and it didn't pay off. Another noticeable thing was Ugarte did not play a single minute in yesterday's match, even when we went down to 10 men. Now, what does that say about how the manager rates Ugarte? What does that say about Manuel Ugarte as a person, as a footballer? Just not rated. And once again, signings that don't make sense. Manchester United has spent 100 mil on midfielders in the past 2 seasons on one, a guy that's once again injured in Mason Mount, and number 2, Manuel Ugarte, who cannot be trusted by the manager in a European night away to even defend when we're down to 10 men. That is spooky. That is absolutely spooky. And again, this transfer window, there's a tweet of mine that resurfaced this morning from a couple of my mutuals. I said this was before we signed any Euro, to be fair, but it was I think the 1st of July, and it was I think when Spurs had just signed Archie Gray, and the league talks were kind of intensifying. We still thought that Lenny Euro would go to Madrid. Branthwaite looked like it wasn't gonna happen, and the first thing I tweeted out, Spurs are signing the likes of Archie Gray and other young talents. Obviously, I had just signed Bergvall earlier that winter as well. I believe he was making his debut soon as well. Just their whole transfer strategy. and how it goes. And then I looked at our transfer strategy, which was Matthias de Ligt. And listen, I've been on quote actually saying that Harry Maguire is better than de Ligt. It looked like maybe I was a little bit wrong in the beginning of the season, and then obviously Harry Maguire scored the goal yesterday, but the great set piece, good header from him as well. But Matthias de Ligt, I had let the fan base kind of sell me a little bit on him and stuff like that because we were so desperate for center backs. But my initial reaction to him was obviously always more of a negative one. I said I wanted Jared Branthwaite. I would rather go for center backs at this stage that Wigan United are at right now. United don't need stopgap center backs. When you're having a project, which United are meant to have a project, you go for center backs that are going to be there for the majority of the project. You look at Arsenal, right? The way that they did their project. Obviously, Saliba was before Arteta, but there was an envisionment with him in the project. Gabriel, who was still young when they signed him from Lille, going to be here for a very long time. Ben White obviously ended up being a right back, but long-term center backs. You look at the likes of Liverpool with Van Dijk, then you had the Konates of the world, stuff like that. Long-term vision center backs. And even Spurs, Van de Ven, long-term vision center back. When I look at Matthias de Ligt, I don't see a long-term center back in him. I see a guy that's going to get replaced, that United are going to get rid of not rid of very soon, but they're going to upgrade on him real quickly, which is aka Jared Branthwaite, Lenny Yoro, and Lisandro Martinez is the same thing. Obviously, I've a little bit kind of fell off the Licha hype train a little bit because the more and more I see him, the more and more I don't see him working long term in the Premier League, especially when a new coach comes in. Because a new coach, I've always said this about Licha. When I rated him very, very highly, I said the next manager that's going to come in, there is no guarantee that he will like Lisandro Martinez. There is no guarantee because many coaches don't want to play with 5'9" center backs. They'll just throw him at left back. Yeah, realistically, barring Euro, we don't have medium to long-term center backs. And when I look at someone like obviously Kombala, we sold, obviously maybe not a medium to long-term center back, but we need more. And one thing I always say is center backs are priority because especially in today's game, you need to have a lot of center backs. First of all, injuries keep popping up for them a lot, and also the aggression of attacking football, so much space to cover nowadays that you need more and more center backs, and you need great center backs. You need ones that you can always rely on. And de Ligt is not the type of guy I can rely on. Martinez is not the guy I can't rely on. Maguire, I'll talk about him a little bit, but not always reliable. We lost Varane, which really, really sucks. And I'm not going to lie, the more and more as time passes, the more and more that 22-23 season makes Varane the best center back from that team, and not Lisandro Martinez, because you could also argue the ability of Varane to even play next to Luke Shaw and make Luke Shaw look amazing at left center back as well. So it speaks to the volume of how great of center back like Rafael Varane is. And obviously he's retired now and all that kind of stuff, but what a player. But the center back's a huge issue at United, and it needs to get addressed. It needed to get addressed. It got addressed this summer, but I think it needed a little bit more of a long-term vision in terms of replacements. And when I look at de Ligt, right, he went for, what do we end up signing him for, like 42 mil? I know money was tight, but you couldn't come up with maybe an extra like 15 mil and maybe go Leipzig, go for like a Lukeba, maybe other center backs as well. I really wish we went a little bit heavier. Maybe even tried a little bit stronger with Branthwaite, kind of test Everton's resolve. But we didn't do that. And at the end of the day, we now have Matthias de Ligt. And I also just don't like the Ligt Martinez center back pairing. I don't think it's good. And I also don't like that the fact is that we're not going to see a good center back pairing until Lenny Yoro's here, which puts all the pressure on Lenny Yoro to stay fit for the whole season as well, because he's meant to be the savior. And once again, for the second time in a row, Manchester United are putting the fate of the universe into an 18-year-old's hands. Once again, last year was Kobe Mainoo. This year it's going to be Lenny Yoro. And hopefully, by the time Lenny Yoro comes back after the November international break, Eric Ten Hag will not be here, which we'll talk about soon as well. But United need a lot of stuff to address the center back. And I'm not going to lie, when it comes to Lisandro Martinez specifically, if an offer comes in the summer, I would sell him. I don't think he's good enough to play left back in the league. I think he's okay. But again, I think United could just do better in that position. I just think he's a good player. But I think the negatives right now outweigh the positives. And that's when you're a net negative, that's not a good thing. System issue. Yeah, but I mean, this is obviously when it comes to Ligt, the biggest issue with the see the thing with the Ligt is it's like he's a solid player, and when he's in good confidence, he's amazing. He's a good center back, but when you just look at a player, and sometimes you're like the intangibles are not there. And yesterday, I saw Matthias de Ligt defend. He didn't look comfortable defending. He looked shook, and he's looked shook in multiple games now. Where I just when he stinks bad, and that's not a good thing. Yeah, the highs can be high, but if the lows are that low, then I don't like that. I would rather have a player, obviously, that's at the very least at a base level gives you like a 6 out of 10 at the base level, and then obviously the highs are much higher. I don't like center backs because Maguire. You could say the same thing about Maguire. When Maguire stinks, bro, he looks like the worst center back you've ever seen. And Matthias de Ligt is cut of the same cloth. And that's why when people compare them, and people said, "Why are you comparing the two?" They're very, very similar center backs. And I could even say, I'll probably say Maguire is much tougher mentally because let's speak about Harry Maguire for a second. Harry Maguire is the ultimate professional because not many people can recover from losing their captaincy at a club of Manchester United size, basically relegated to the bench in 2023. Then he stayed at the football club last summer. Then fight his way back into the rotation, actually become a starter in games and important games and stuff like that, and always come through when the team really needed him. It takes a lot from a person. It shows that he's not scared. And many players would have wilted from that pressure, and he did not do that. He didn't shy away from it, and for that I respect him. That's why I call him the ultimate professional. And obviously, his time at United will not probably be looked at the kindest because of the price tag and stuff like that. But Harry Maguire is going to end up being a serviceable center back for Manchester United for a span of 7 years. Kind of in the likes of your Chris Smallings and your Phil Jones. Obviously, I know those guys want Premier League and stuff like that, but it's not like they were the dominant center back pairing in those kind of stuff. So I give a shout out to Harry Maguire for that. And obviously, the goal yesterday was good. Clutch goal as well, coming on with 10 men, all that kind of stuff. So all the credit to him. I honestly wouldn't sell Martinez till Ten Hag's gone and Maguire's gone. TBH. I want some of these players that have had multiple managers to go. I mean, let's be real. Maguire's operating at a higher level than Lisandro Martinez right now. I never cared for Martinez defensively because he used to step forward and break the lines into Eriksen or Bruno, but he ain't good on the ball since the aggression with Leach just got right now. I'm not gonna lie, he looks like a defender that's a headless chicken. That's literally what it looks like. Remember how Bruno used to press under Ole at times? That's what it feels like with Sandro Martinez when he's defending. He's just looking to clatter into people. It's like watching Marcos Rojo. That's literally what it feels like. And I'm saying Martinez is reminding me of Chilwell post injuries. It's stuff like that, bro. So yeah, I think United have issues to do there. In terms, I saw someone say Dalot was an issue yesterday. I'm gonna be real. I saw this tweet yesterday. Dalot has started every single game for Manchester United since November of 2023. We are now in October of 2024. That is nearly 12 months. And if you want to take a couple months out because of summer break and all that kind of stuff, you can put 10 months, 9 months. He has started every single game for Manchester United over a span of 9 months without a single rest. That is absolute insanity. And now he also, while playing at a position, I guess, I mean, he's a fullback, so he should be able to play kind of both sides sometimes, but not in the most comfortable of position and stuff like that over while playing in this kamikaze system, which requires the legs and the intensity and the stamina of freaking Usain Bolt at times. So it's ridiculous. Yeah, bro, I'm scared of that first injury. So, but the thing is, we can't rest him because we have no other fullbacks. Luke Shaw is still out. Malas is still out. And a player that we loaned out, because obviously I haven't talked to you guys this week, Alvaro Fernandez dropped a UCL man of the match performance against Atletico Madrid. Certain manager and certain club last year decided to make me watch Sofian Amrabat and Sergio Reguilon at left back instead of Alvaro Fernandez. See, when I tell people about Carrington, they don't want to listen to me, whether it's on my channel, whether it's on other channels. They treat Carrington like it's some regular academy. Well, Alvaro Fernandez is dropping UCL man of the match performances against Atletico Madrid, which is one of the best teams in the world. Maxi Oyedele dropped a man of the match performance for Legia Warsaw yesterday against Real Betis in the Conference League. And as you can say, Conference League and stuff like that. That is against a La Liga team. Meanwhile, he's doing that. Manuel Ugarte is riding bench. See, so when I tweet now, I say, "Give me a transfer ban." I actually want a transfer ban because I promise you, and I've said this to you guys multiple times. I would rather give a chance to the kids from Carrington than go spend 60 mil on some random guy from League On. Because right now, I trust the academy scouting over anything else that anyone else is doing in the first team. Because even Jimmy Garner is doing shit. Obviously, now we're seeing Spurs with Mikey Moore yesterday. Shout out Mikey Moore. Shout out Jacob as well. I told people about, I said this guy's going to be good. Shea Lacey, I'm not saying Shea Lacey yet. Amos, obviously, the physicality, that's fine. You want to give him, you want to prepare him and stuff like that. Dan Gore on the bench yesterday, too. Give him a chance. I'm telling you, bro, we saw Cabral last year was able to step in and be useful at times. Obviously, he got dunked on by Bournemouth, but that's fine. That's fine. I'd rather the kids be making the mistakes and then they can learn from them and get better than seeing veterans that have been playing football for 8 years make the same mistake that they've made for the past 8 years. I'd rather do that because don't disrespect to Christian Eriksen, obviously yesterday, good player and stuff like that, and he's done his best this season in a terrible situation. But I'd rather see, obviously Dan Gore has been coming back from injury, so maybe not now, but in let's say a month's time, I'd rather see Dan Gore be getting those minutes than Christian Eriksen because what long-term vision does Christian Eriksen have at this football club? Zilch. He's gone after this season anyway. So I'd rather see someone and see with my own two eyes what they can do for us. So at least we can make the right assessment about whether they could be here. And last year, Alvaro Fernandez should have been given that chance instead of Sergio Reguilon because Reguilon was always a stopgap. Why not let Alvaro Fernandez get put into the limelight and see what he can do? He might handle it, he might not. We'll see. But we at least, at the very least, even if he can't handle it, can we see some stuff that we could look at and be like, yo, maybe in a better system, he'll cook. We never got the opportunity to see that. Instead, we threw him out on loan. He came back in January and we sent him to Benfica. From the moment that Benfica wanted him, we should have looked at ourselves and be like, yo, Benfica, which is one of the best developmental clubs in the world, want him. Does that not mean that there might be something to work with here? Now it's calm. Let's run Dalo Wan-Bissaka left back for the rest of the season. You see what Barcelona are doing? I'm seeing NPCs play every week for them. Get their scoring. And I'm not even talking about Lamine Yamal because Lamine Yamal is a different level of talent. He's generational. He's gonna end up being Ballon d'Or winner. Forget about him. Kubarsi, Pablo Torre, that kid that tore his ACL that was cooking, Bernal. Now they have some guy named Casado. Let's see what they look like. Yo, what's the difference between giving Collier or Ugarte minutes? Well, they're both shin kickers, but at least one of them is really useful in Collier because Ugarte's a shin kicker that can't kick. He can't kick shins. So let us see what they actually can do. Because I'm telling you, people say that this academy is definition of belt to ass right now. You see what they're doing in the under 18s. United have lost, I think, one game in under 18s in the past like 35. They're just whooping every team. Another one, Jace Fitzgerald. I want to see him soon. I want to see the kids. Because at the end of the day, when I've always said the same, when no one got me, Carrington got me. And United, with the history, especially that we have from the academy, and this academy class looks so good, lean into them and let's see what they can do. Does Rooney play for United? Yeah. I think he's faced for the under 14s or some shit like that. Kobe Mainu. Give it up, bro. What's it called? Obviously, you have Rashford. You have even Lashley McTominay, Garnacho, Mainu. I'm not gonna give Ahmad but yeah, bro. Let's see what they can do. Bro, when no one got me, Carrington got me. So I want to see what they can do. Obviously, it won't happen under Eric Ten Hag because he's in desperation mode right now. Johnny Evans as well. Ten Hag's not gonna play the youth when the manager's trying to save his job. He's not gonna go to the youth. It's not gonna happen. But whoever the next manager is, and this is maybe why I'm thinking. Obviously, people will me up to it. Maybe Thomas Tuchel will not be the right situation. Not be the right appointment. The next manager needs to be able to give a pathway to the youth. And this is why I'm going to talk to Ineos now. as a leadership group and stuff like that, and someone that wants to like acknowledge the United way and stuff like that. The United way is signing young talent and signing the best young talent, also giving the platform for the best young talent within the club to succeed and to shine. Even the likes of Danny Welbeck, who wasn't a starter right away, but what's it called? Got the opportunities. Let's see that. And Thomas Tuchel does not do well with youth, actually, the more I looked into it, because he'll play some youth, but he'll also disregard a lot of youth. Someone like Hudson-Odoi, for example, at Chelsea. Tammy Abraham got the boot, Tamori, all that kind of stuff. At PSG, Alexa Nkunku got sold right away and stuff like that. Bayern, Matisse Tell didn't play that much. So it's not always the best. He's more of an old school manager, but I want to see it. And obviously, I'm not gonna claim I've watched this guy a lot and know a lot about him, but I've heard that the Stuttgart manager is very into that kind of mold, the way that I'm talking. So I wouldn't. I like to see what he could do. Yeah, I mean, I would make it would make sense why Ashworth wants to would want to because of his past, his experiences and stuff like that. But also, it's also been said that Ashworth wants to keep Ten Hag. So I think let's start with the manager talking about. Might as well. We're tying into it. It's dead ass Judgment Day. Like I'm being dead ass. It's Judgment Day. They need to someone needs to play Judge Jury Executioner with Ten Hag's Man United managerial career, and they need to do it as soon as possible. Because it's getting worse and worse and worse. And this is what I'm talking about, obviously, what happened yesterday with Marcus Rashford. I'm sorry. For the past year and a half, Erik ten Hag has been talking about getting Marcus Rashford back into form. He's gonna get into it. He's gonna get better. We just need him to start scoring the goals, all that kind of stuff. And this season, I'm not gonna say Marcus Rashford's been excellent or anything. But he's playing way, way, way better than he was last year, which obviously is nothing too crazy compared to last year. But he's playing at a decent level. I think Spurs was probably his only really, really terrible performance. And what is Erik ten Hag's response to that? You bench him against Crystal Palace. You keep hooking him earlier than when you did last year when Rashford needed to get hooked at like 50th minute every single game last year. And now against Porto, when he was your most threatening player on the pitch, you hook him at halftime because you said we need to get Garnacho some minutes. I'm sorry. What has Alejandro Garnacho done this season to warrant that? And then he wanted to call Garnacho his best player against Spurs, which is absolute cap anyway, but whatever. What is the game plan here? And then obviously came out talking about defensively, left-handed side. I promise you, Marcus Rashford is not the reason why we can't defend. What about a left-hand side of Marcus Rashford, Christian Eriksen as your left center mid, Lisandro Martinez, and Diogo Dalot screams defensive stability? Is it Marcus Rashford's fault? I don't understand what the plan is here. And this is why I call him a walking contradiction. The guy is a walking contradiction. He doesn't know how to coach. He's the worst coach I've ever seen. I saw some people at CBS Sports call him out like, bro, what is his coaching plan? Like, I'm being dead ass. What is his coaching plan? Like, what is it? And this is why I would say I question how he got his coaching badges. I'm not even trying to be funny. How did he get his coaching badges? Because I see a coach without a plan. In year 3, it's not even year 1. It's not day 1. It's not month 1. It's year 3. And if anything, the plan is consistently getting worse, let alone better. It is deteriorated over a course of 24 months completely. We have been ass since Liverpool dunked on us 7-0. I don't understand what the game plan is. How are we benching our best threat? And people want to talk about tracking back, yada, yada, yada. 99% of the time, the highest player on the pitch in the attack is not tracking back. And you can show me all the Enrique clips about with Mbappe and stuff like that. Enrique's the same guy that basically didn't have his forwards pressing when he was at Barcelona. And yeah, Johnny makes a good point here. Rashford tracks back. Okay, our left back is inverting. So there's no one defending the width anyway. And he wonders why a lot of crosses were made yesterday. Maybe if our fullback was actually holding width, we wouldn't be conceding as many crosses. So once again, coaching. There's not a single player in this squad that Ten Hag plays to their strengths. Not a single player gets played to their strengths. From goalkeeper to striker, not a single player. survival mode for 2 years now. He's not locked in. And I know obviously there's meant to be a meeting on Tuesday. Hopefully it's a nail in the coffin. I really, really hope so. I really hope it's a nail in the coffin because I cannot stand to. Bro, there's not a single game when it's United match day and I'm looking forward to watching it. I'm not looking forward to any. Yesterday I was so happy. I had to work during the United game. I didn't want to watch it. I was having fun instead of watching Olympiacos put 3 past Braga. Are we putting 3 past Braga? I don't think so. We can't do that. So once again, I'm looking at a coach that is ruining everyone's happiness because I honestly, other than Goldbridge Mafia, there's not a single person that wants to watch this team and that enjoys watching this team under this manager. No one else is enjoying it, bro. Even the people that signed that letter probably don't enjoy it anymore. Let alone the ones that hated that letter. We haven't won a game since Barnsley. That's like a month ago. That's like 3 weeks ago now. Like, what is the point? What is the midfield plan? What is the attacking plan? What is the goalkeeping plan? What is the center back plan? Our defense is as open as the Red Sea again. So for me, I mean, it's a simple decision. His players won't turn on him. You know what? The fact is that these players are actually still playing under him. And people question about whether they're downing tools. I'm not even joking. If United players down tools last year, we would have actually gotten relegated. I'm not even joking. We would have gotten relegated. Because we were that bad with players trying. Imagine how bad we would be if players weren't trying against other professional players. We would get relegated. I'm being dead ass, we would get relegated. We would be playing at Ellen Road today instead of playing at Villa Park on Sunday. And I also don't want to hear people talking about the squad and shit, yada, yada, yada. I saw Unai Emery take a Villa team 18 months ago. He got hired after Erik ten Hag, by the way. He got hired after Erik ten Hag. From a relegation spot to 18 months later, Unai Emery beat Bayern Munich in the Champions League. We had Bayern Munich last year in the Champions League. We did not win. In 18 months' time, Unai Emery took Villa from a relegation spot where Steven Gerrard had them to now Champions League nights, 6 points. Villa after 2 games already have more points in the Champions League than we did last year. Think about that. That's how bad Erik ten Hag is. He's shit in the league. He's shit in Europe. The only place he's good at apparently is the Carabao Cup. Whoopity-doo. What is the coaching? What is the coaching? That Rashford decision yesterday absolutely baffles me, and I don't understand. And then Bruno Fernandes, another guy. I'm sick and tired of Bruno Fernandes. I'm being honest. I'm sick and tired of him. What is it? I don't think I've ever seen a player get back-to-back red cards in 2 different competitions. I've never seen that in my life. I've honestly never seen that in my life. I've never seen that in my life. To manage to get back-to-back red cards in back-to-back games in 2 different competitions. I think someone tweeted, the guy did a repeat offense in a span of 3 days. Repeat offender. Yes, what Morgan Rogers is going to do to this midfield on Sunday should not be televised. It should be rated R on television. Kids should not be allowed to watch it. If you are a parent, do not let your kid watch the Man United game on Sunday. Do not let it. It is not good for the kids' eyes. Have them watch Chelsea instead. Baffles me how bad this guy. Baffles me how bad we are as a team. I don't understand. On the bright side, at least Kobe Manu's not injured. Ahmad's deteriorating as well now. He wasn't good yesterday at all. The dynamics are just not good. I honestly, when it comes to the coaches linked with, I've seen a couple people in my chat talk about Amorim. Is he better than Ten Hag? Yeah, obviously everyone's better than Ten Hag, but is he the right coach? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how United fans are going to accept the tear at the back. He is also a big fan of the 316. Him being coach means I have to see Gorte, which is already a no for me. I don't know. Yeah, I want to do that dunking on Bayern and UCL nights. Shocker. Tired, bro. It makes me tired, bro. I really don't even want to talk about this. Yo, like talking about this football club, obviously I have to do it and stuff like that, but it's really just not fun at all. It's really not. It's like so much other stuff to talk about. Like you obviously, yeah, Lille beating Real Madrid. Hold that, Will. Olympiacos beating Braga yesterday. Chelsea looked good. Liverpool dunking on Bologna. Even held Napoli are top of Serie A. Antonio Conte first year magic. McTominay scored again. Like there's so much shit to talk about, and instead we have to talk about Eric Ten Hag and how crap of a coach he is. Constantly, it's just so tiring. I thought you were a big advocate for. I don't hate Amorim. It's just I don't. First of all, I don't get Eric Ten Hag PTSD with him. I'm not gonna lie. A coach that dominates in the solid league, Eredivisie, Portuguese league, but structural issues and whether he could adapt to the Premier League. And I'm not gonna lie, Portuguese coaches in the Premier League have not really adapted well in recent times. So I'm not really a fan of it. I'm really liking the Stuttgart manager, what I'm reading and seeing from them. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously Simone Inzaghi allegedly rejected us, but we'll see what happens with that. Obviously Nagelsmann would be the dream, but I don't see us getting him from Germany before the World Cup. Xabi Alonso, I don't think would even touch this United mess. I really don't. Thomas Frank, I'm not gonna lie, I was really against Thomas Frank in the summer. I'm sure you guys remember, but the more and more I watch Brentford, I really like. My only concern with Thomas Frank is how does he adapt to the big stage? Because he's the type of guy that's always complaining about budget and stuff like that. Well, now you're gonna have a big budget in your hands. How do you adapt to it? Obviously, there's gonna be people there to help you and stuff like that, but how would he like the stage? That's my only concern with Thomas Frank. The football is really good. Ability to compete against top 6 teams is really good. So we'll see, man. Yeah, I like Thomas Frank as someone I would like. Obviously Thomas Tuchel is going to be available as well. And yeah, I don't know. Xabi Alonso would obviously be fantastic, but that's the thing. That's another thing with the coaching, bro. The coaching market is not at its best. Obviously, Graham Potter's another shout. So yeah, I think the Stuttgart manager would really move me. Obviously, Nagelsmann would be amazing. Those would probably be my top 2 targets. And yeah, honestly, I really don't care who the next. I mean, I do care who the next manager is going to be, but I don't care about the pedigree. I mean, I just want Ineos to have a plan of who the next coach is going to be, and just, bro, please let it work, bro. I'm not even asking the next manager to win the league. Just please let me enjoy good football. That's all. Right now, my floor is to watch good football. I mean, obviously trophies matter and stuff like that, but Eric Ten Hag's came 2 trophies and we're still asked. Would you take Ruud interim? I guess. Listen, Ruud interim in October does not move me. I'm gonna be real. It really doesn't. That you're punting your season. I'm gonna be real. You're punting. You're really just punting. Kieran McKenna, I would obviously love to get, but I don't think he'll leave Ipswich mid-season. We would have to offer a bag, but he obviously I've always said McKenna's my number 1 target. I've asked for him. His performances for Ipswich, his coaching performances for Ipswich in the Premier League only established what I've been saying the whole time, that people didn't believe in me. They said Kieran McKenna, but championship coach. Well, he's coaching against better teams than him, better squads than him, and he's doing good. They're one of the toughest teams to beat. They can't win yet, which is obviously going to suck. But yeah, nah, he don't love Liverpool like that. I'm gonna be real. I just don't think he'd want to touch the United mess. And also, I think he's waiting for the Real Madrid job. SCG putting out a hit piece on Ruud, nasty guy. Yeah, I saw that. The agency's fighting something like that, which was always going to come when United hired Ruud. It's so every United fan said, "Yo, that's the fail-safe plan." Like that showed how unsafe Ten Hag was. And from that moment, you're also looking at Ineos like, "Yo, If you're that unsure about Ten Hag, right, that you had to bring in another guy to be on his coaching staff that you look to in the fail-safe option, why not just fire him in the first place? You obviously don't have the 100% confidence in him. And I know you haven't been able to recruit like a top manager and stuff like that, but it's so like obvious that you don't rate him, yet you still persisted with him. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. Can't wait till Ten Hag takes. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that agency. I'm tired of that fan channel too. I'm tired of everything associated with Eric Ten Hag, man. So tired of that shit, bro. So tired. Let me see the football scores. Yo, Marseille draw, man. I'm tired. Fuck. 1 second. Fuck. No. But I saw good. I don't care. I don't even care about the Instagram comments either. Oh, this club's a mess, man. Oh, God, this club gives me a headache. Thomas Frank will have us playing great direct football, and will never get overrun because he likes a physical side. He does like a physical side. I mean, it's different though. Benitez didn't play for Liverpool. Like he coached, like Alonso played for Liverpool, but I also don't think he has like a connection with them like that. That's like that crazy. I don't care about socials, bro. I really don't, man. I don't care what Rashford posted. I don't care what Hornet posted. I just don't care anymore. I really don't. Bro, these guys could be angry that they're losing. At the end of the day, they're still gonna lose anyway because the coach is shit. Like, there's no point, man. At the very least, what's the saying? If you don't laugh, you'll cry. At least let them guys have a little bit of fun because at the end of the day, bro, it's not 100% their fault that we're ass. I don't think he'd pick Barca for the same. I don't think Xabi Alonso would coach Barca. I agree. But yeah, anything else? So honestly, like I mentioned, excuse me. Pogba's back. Pog back part 3. Good to see him hopefully be able to play football when the at the turn of the year in 2025. It's gonna be enjoying to watch. Juventus are getting a great player. Juventus are gonna get him at a time where they're probably still gonna be competing for the league, Champions League. So that's gonna be interesting. Yeah. Would you take Mbeumo if Frank came to the club? Yeah, I'll take Mbeumo. I'll take him. I think he's a good player. I'm not gonna lie, I do like the Semenyo guy from Bournemouth a little bit better. I think he's more of a natural winger. But Mbeumo's good. I think Paul was 31 now. He was born in 94, if I remember correctly, or 95. So he's like 30, 31. Who's Carsley dropping? Jude, Cole, and Walter. I would drop Cole and Foden and play Jude. I would play Jude, Angel, Rice. That's what I would go with. But I was born 93, so yeah, he's 31. And Mbeumo gonna be a Jota like signing for the night. Yeah, I really do like Mbeumo. I really do. Plus it's rolling like that Brentford, like when the thing with Tony and Brentford, like and Mbeumo, honestly, Mbeumo might be a better player. No joke. I actually think Mbeumo might be a better player. So yeah, he's doing good. This player I like to sign. Midfielders I want to lean into the academy. Center back, Jared Brentford, unfortunately, might have the white PMP curse. Might be clip for that. We might have to start assessing different options in the center back market. Forwards, Mbeumo, Semenyo. We'll see, man. Kudus is an option. Obviously, he had beef with Lopetegui. So we'll see what happens in that case, in that club as well. That'd be interesting. Obviously, if Ten Hag is still here, we're not signing Kudus, but maybe if he's got me sign Kudus, but it'll be very, very expensive. Hero could have been keeping a clean sheet. He could have. Dukeba, yeah. I don't mess with Diamandi as much. Also, Lukeba's better because he's a left center back. And that ain't a left center back. First of all, that's the first priority. We need a left center back. One of my boys told me Schlotterbeck from Dortmund. I would fuck with that as well. I'm not gonna lie. That'd be a vibe. We should get Nippon. The guy from the Norwegian guy. Yeah, I heard about him. I also like Sunderland. I'm gonna have to go a proposition to Sunderland, and one of my boys told me this. We should go get Chris Rigg and Joby Bellingham, not Jude. Bellingham's little brother. He's cooking, by the way. He's really cooking. So maybe we do something with that. But yeah, right now United. You could honestly, the only positive you could really think of is looking into the future, like post Eric Ten Hag. But the bad thing about that is, like, as long as he's here, you can't look too forward into the future because you have to wait for him to like leave. So it's like, yeah. Do you rate Asane Dion? Who's on? Maybe I know the face. Oh my God, bro. Marseille played tougher still, man. Batiste. Cool. I haven't really watched much of Batiste, so I can't really tell you. Need 2 summer signings, Griggs. Championship special, 2-for-1 prices. Hey, I'd go borrow and get Hayden Hackney. I already said we should have signed him last summer. Yeah. What happened to the Ignacio hype? I would still take Ignacio. I would. It's just like he's very stiff. That's the issue with him. He's very, very stiff. But I guess with Delaney Yor next to him, we'll cook. We would need a more athletic left back next to him, though. So, yeah. Tall. Champ Ball is balling out at the moment. Brandon Johnson, Archie Greer. I mean, Archie Greer's not really balling out, but Morgan Rogers is what's called a championship baller. He played for Borough under Carrick as well. Obviously, you have Elise from Reading. You have Eze, of course. Jared Bowen is still cooking. Why Hayden Hackney? Because he's a good midfielder. And he does the basics right. It's just he's your solid 7-8 out of 10 midfielder. And United need those right now. We need just midfielders that can midfield. I'm being dead ass, bro. I'm not asking for midfielders to play like Zidane. I'm just asking for basic midfielders that can do regular basic ass shit that our midfielders can't do. Because Ugarte can't do basic ass shit. Casemiro can't do basic ass shit. Bruno can't do basic ass shit. The only one that can do it is Christian Eriksen, but he's Iron Man. He's playing with the arc reactor. So Manu was the only other one. It's literally just Manu Eriksson. That's not good. Missed out on Pau Torres for Licha, you know. I'm not a lot of Pau Torres is him. I was worried that he would that he would be like Lindelof light. But first of all, he's much, much better on the ball than Lindelof. So even the lightweightness in defense gets made up for by the ball playing ability. So yeah, he's really good, man. It's good recruitment by Villa. What Samu was doing to the Lake should get. Can you explain why he would? He's just first of all, championship players have proven that they can adjust it apparently with ease. Second of all, I just said he's just a solid midfielder, 6'8", does all the basics right. Can dribble, can carry, can pass. Solid midfielder. That's all you need. Can you name me what Ugarte can do that he can perform in the Premier Europe because he can't do either of those things? Thoughts on the lick? Mid center back. There goes the camera. They told us Sander Burgess is a Burnley player and not our level. Now we are languishing in 13th for Fulham. We're clear. Another one, bro. Obviously, I haven't really watched much Fulham games. God damn, this camera is. There we go. There we go. So yeah, Cheeto or Wheatley. Honestly, I don't even know. Probably Cheeto maybe more ready for men's football because he's physical. attributes, but Ethan really looks good when every time I see him play academy ball. But at the end of the day, it's just academy ball, right? Pau Torres does have European pedigree. That's why he's a good player. I never said we shouldn't have signed Pau Torres. I said we should sign Hayden Hackney, and I agree with that. Other center backs, like what's his name? Jacob Greaves, from uh, Ipswich. They signed him from Hull. Another solid player. Jack Clark, Sunderland legend, was hooping with Ahmad. Got an assist for Ipswich on Sunday against Villa. Liam Delap. Oh, championship, man. People don't understand how good the championship is. And I'm not saying we need to have a full summer transfer window of championship, but there's so much talent down there that I'm being dead ass. You can buy for 20 mil. That's better than if you go to PSG, Bayern Munich, from these clubs, bro. I've always told United need to stop signing players from big clubs. They don't work out. They don't work out. We need to stop. I don't care about net resources. I'm going to be real. But I'm sure that I want to give Ahmad to Fulham. He's an idiot. What else do you want me to say, man? He's an idiot, bro. He's that ass an idiot. No, yeah, but if I say Jack Clark's better than Garnacho, I'm gonna have United fans on my case. So you know what? I'm not even gonna talk about it. It's fine, bro. If I talk about it, I'm gonna get yelled at. Yesterday, Garnacho had about 9 shots in 45 minutes. Take one, bro. If you're a director of Football United, which players would you go for in the summer? On the wing, I would go to Dortmund and I would see how much Bino Gittins costs. In the midfield, I'd sign Hayden Hackney on the cheap for like 15 mil, 20 mil. I would just go for any ball carrying midfielder. Just anyone, whatever the closest thing to Morgan Rogers is, whether that's Gibbs White or something like that. United just need something like that. Defense, I would just left center back. I'll go for Lukeba. I like the look of that Hato kid from Ajax. No, he's way more direct than Sancho. Way more electric. I've watched Wharton a lot closer this year. Obviously, I watched him a lot last year, but Palace were cooking, so maybe that raises his level. But defensively, him and Mainu would be whitewashing defense. It'd be terrible. So I don't know. Also, Palace would ask for a lot of money and just wouldn't be willing to give that up. I'm trying to think. I would sign Ait Nuri for left back. Sure. Center back's tough. Honestly, just I know what profiles I want. I don't really know about like specific players, but I definitely want a fullback I can keep the width next year. I left back. I want a physical monster at left center back that's somewhat decent on the ball. Midfielders, I've always said this. I just want all action midfielders. I just want players that can do all 3 roles to a certain level of degree. That can pick up the ball from the center backs, that can connect the play, that can link play in the final third and just be able to do 1-2 and stuff like that. Just do the basic midfield shit. That's all I want. I just want 3 midfielders that just play. Bro, most talented player in the world, man. Clubs missed out on him. I'm not gonna lie. Clubs fumbled that. Premier League clubs specifically. Like, obviously, Fulham ended up with Smith Rowe, who's good too, but Shirky's cold, man. Shirky's cold. No, I wouldn't take Eddie Howe's manager. Anthony Gordon's another left winger all the time, but he'd be so expensive. And I also think he just signed a new contract, so we can kiss that goodbye as well. But yeah, Bono Gittins is definitely one. I just want electric. I want ball carriers. One thing United struggle is to carry the goddamn ball. You know, NFL get first downs. United struggle to get first downs. That's an issue. So they better get on that. Thoughts on Ahmad not being? Yeah, I've always said that's what I said with Ahmad, bro. Ahmad is up to him what he pans out as because it's up to him. But I do think he should be a midfielder soon. I do think the transition to center mid, advanced center mid, should happen soon for him. Similar a la Bernardo Silva type. There's a good young Ivorian ball carrying center midfielder Hitafe right now. I'll keep an eye on him. Baleba's another midfielder. Crazy ceiling. I've heard about Quinta, the 17-year-old for Sporting. He looks really good as well. Bring me Tyler Dibbling. He looks good as well. There's so much talent out there in the world. Is dead ass really just up to Ineos to find it, and not scouts will identify it, and it's up to Ineos who they want to sign. Not really else we could do. I can name all the players I want, but at the end of the day, I didn't want Ugarte. Didn't name him all summer, but no, I'm not gonna say his name. Yeah, I'm definitely not saying that. You got that young center mid recently. Oh, Sekou Kone. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but the thing with Kone is though, obviously we'll see what the ETA looks like. But I do like someone just a little bit, maybe a little bit more experience that can really contribute right away. So we'll see. Also, another thing with midfielders, you can never have too many midfielders. Aston Villa are the proof of that right now. Look at how stacked their midfield is. I would love to just have 5 midfielders that can contribute at any given moment. Different game states. That's what you need. Belt to ass, bro. Light work, man. That's the best team in the world. I'm being dead ass. Under teams will beat the men's team. So I'm being dead ass right now. Ineos just need to surprise me in the window in a good way. We're too predictable in the window. You're ready for a loop. And yeah, sure. I mean, Ugarte was a surprise. I never expected us to go after Ugarte. Anthony Robinson for left back in January. I take him. I do like Nuri just a little bit more though. I think he's just a little bit more tactically flexible. So yeah. Chris Riggs scored again, by the way. Sick. Man, people sleep on how good Spurs are. When I said that project, trash defensively hype. That's what you get 2 center backs that are gods at defending. I'm tired of this, man. Bro, I'm being real. As a left back, I don't really care how great. As long as my left back is just competent at defending, just competent, like a Trent Alexander-Arnold level competent, and they're good offensively. I don't care about defensively, bro. Just have your center backs be physical monsters. It's the biggest cheat code in football. Get 2 physical monsters of center backs and just let your fullback cook. I don't care about Staffy and Little beefing inside his chat. Van de Ven for 35 mil is nuts. Bro, recruitment. Udogi, Van de Ven, even Pedro Porro, Romero. McCarter's kind of mid. Archie Gray, Bergvall, Solanke. Bro, you got to find that wing. Now, the only thing I'll question is the wingers. Obviously, we'll see what Odebrett looks like. The guy that signed from Burnley, but that's my only concern with them. He's terrible. He's just terrible. He's one of the licks at best a third choice center back. realistically, he's like a 3.5 in terms of that. I don't think he's good enough to be a starting center back on a team that wants to win shit. It's as simple as that. Best player in the world, bro. It's the best player in the world. Mikey Moore gonna dominate for Spurs. Ethan Nwaneri is gonna cook up for something for Arsenal soon. Mainu obviously at United, bro. There's a lot of good young talent. And another thing, by the way, speaking of English talents, Manchester United only have one England player in the English national team. Kobe Mainu, obviously. Remember when last year when the Ratcliffe like news was coming out about the takeover and stuff like that, what he wants to do. Remember when he said he wanted an English core? And a lot of people were like, yeah, English core this, English core that, England sucks, yada, 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 yada. Well, here you go, guys. As a result of that, we only have one English player in a stacked ass team. You sure you don't want that English core now? Motherfuckers gonna be tight, bro. No one gets me more tight than United fans. I'm being dead ass, bro. Every single time I get cooked and I get proven right. I wanted an English core. There's so many good English players out there that don't even play for the English national team. Morgan Rogers, for example, doesn't play for the English national team, but he's a hell of a player. Like, repeat this. Look at Aston Villa's English core. Ollie Watkins, Morgan Rogers, Ross Barkley, who would start for us, by the way. Ezri Konza, who's been absolutely incredible. Talent makes his shit. If you want to go British, you can add John McGinn. I'm trying to think. Do we have anyone else English? Oh, Jacob Ramsey. Billie Jean, who should have had an assist on a UCL night. That's their English core. Now let's go through Manchester United's English core. Ailing Jr. was on loan as well. Manchester United's English core. Harry Maguire. Luke Shaw, who doesn't exist. Mason Mount, who doesn't exist either. Kobe Mainu. Marcus Rashford, who looks like his international career actually might be done, but solid. Obviously, Marcus Rashford. Who else do we have that's fucking English? Oh, Collier. Yeah, whatever. Thomas Heaton. Sick one. Johnny Evans. Sick one. Only two players I just named start for Manchester United. Marcus Rashford, Kobe Mainu. I just named about 5-6 players from Villa that start for them. Difference in levels. The difference in levels. Aston Villa Football Club have a better English core than Manchester United. And the United fans don't think that's a problem, by the way. They don't think that's an issue. In what world do you not see that as an issue? And even if I go through our starting 11, how many of those even start for their country? Onana starts for his country. Mazraoui starts for his country. Dallo doesn't really start for his country. Martinez starts. Delig's up and down. Casemiro isn't even part of Brazil team anymore. Ugarte starts, but he's shit anyway. Who really cares? Mainu's sometimes a starter. Eriksen's a captain, so it's fair. Wendell lost the captain to Sweden. No wonder they're shit. Rashford's out of the England squad permanently. Anthony doesn't get called up. Ahmad starts at center mid for Ivory Coast. Xerxes, somewhat of a starter. Hoyland starts, but it's just mid, man. Honestly, it's just mid, bro. It's just mid, man. I'm tired of this team, bro. I'm tired, man. Let's go Marseille, man. Yo, see now, because United are so bad. Now I'm locked into playoff baseball. Mets, man. Obviously, y'all don't watch baseball, so I'm not really gonna bore you with that. But you know what? At the end of the day, basketball's back in 2 weeks, and I'm so happy because at least I get to watch a team that actually wants me to be happy in life. Because Manchester United don't want me to be happy in life. That's for certain. But JJ, how many lives are we on? So I can wrap up. I would appreciate you letting me know. Letting me know. But yeah, man, it's football. It's a tragedy. Sports a tragedy. And I don't. Fuck, man. 24. It's pretty. We had about like 29. Let's call in there. That's all. Appreciate y'all for liking. Caffrey Johnson, man. Obviously, I was gonna do a video, but it's not late. But NBA preview will be out though before the season starts. I just gotta find the right time because the work is about to be hell for the next 3 weeks. Because I'll be working like overtime and shit. So it's gonna be a long week. But thankfully, thankful Lord and Jesus Christ, international break is here next week. Thank the Lord. I can't wait. So yeah. We did about an hour. Solid. Appreciate you guys for locking in. Appreciate for the 24 of you that liked. Obviously, if you didn't like, you're a herb. And yeah, I'll catch you guys Sunday. I won't be working, so probably do the watch along with staff here, and then obviously all that post-match shit, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for locking in. Ten Hog out. Ineos, please save me. Judgment Day, hopefully. If he gets sacked, the celebration I will throw will be Great Gatsby type party, man. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll catch you guys later, and peace.